exciting. Welcome to Slice of Tea.
Yes, I'm Libby.
And I'm Shani. And you're listening to The Daydream.
Yes, welcome to episode 1, everyone.
Yes.
I'm excited.
Absolutely. So I guess we Slice of Tea, we start off with what tea that we're drinking. So every episode we will be drinking a different tea. And we have mine's a red kind of tea. Yours is a bit orangey.
Yeah.
So we've gone for Jaffalicious by T2. Why Jaffalicious, you ask?
Well, interestingly enough, mine is currently an orange tinge. Yours is a reddish colour.
Yes.
Of course, this month is October, so...
Yes, it is spooky month. So all of the teas that we have for this month will be based around...
Spooky,
yeah. I totally just was like, tea.
No, October is spooky. So you can unleash your inner monster and join us by drinking your favourite spooky teas.
Yes, love that, definitely.
No, very exciting.
Sorry, I was thinking about how this wasn't originally the tea that we were going to go with.
No,
we were going to go with a lavender tea, and the reason why is because purple is associated with Halloween colours.
Yes.
But when we opened it up, it wasn't actually purple, it was yellow, and I'm a little confused as to why this tea was yellow and not purple. I was expecting it to be purple because originally we were going to go with taro tea.
Yes.
But apart from ordering it online, from my understanding, or like from what we were researching, you can't actually buy it in shop anywhere here.
No.
So, and if we were going to order it, it'll take some time, and with everything that's happening, we don't know how long it was going to be before we actually got the taro tea in.
Yeah.
So we went with a lavender tea. Oh, no.
Oh, no. Look, it was very... To describe the flavour of the lavender, it was almost like a chamomile, but...
Weird.
Yeah,
and
very weird.
Maca tea, and I don't know if... Or maca powder, sorry. I don't know
Maca tea.
if anyone's had maca as an M-A-C-A powder before. Lesson number 1, when buying tea, read the ingredients. When buying a quirky tea or a different tea, read the ingredients. Because if I saw that it only had, majority was maca, and then only 5% was lavender powder, 5%, fam, don't call yourself a lavender tea.
Do you know, when you said quirky tea just then, are you foreshadowing?
Nani?
Interesting. I'll explain to you later what that will mean. But when you say quirky tea, no spoilers here, folks. No spoilers. But to move on, to change quickly the subject, because we don't even
know what you're talking about.
Good, because we don't want to have any spoilers here. Our Jaffalicious tea is to represent here in Oz. We have Australia. We have a candy, a lolly per se.
Oh, yes.
And thank God for Allen's. Thank you, Allen's, for bringing us a delicious candy lolly. We have a little candy that's like a red ball. Now, inside the ball is chocolate. And it tastes like, if for the viewers or listeners in the UK, you guys have something called a Terry's chocolate orange, which is like...
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Is it in the shape of an orange?
Yes.
And it, like the little chocolate orange pieces?
Yes. Chef's kiss. So for our listeners in the US or anywhere else in the world, so a Jaffa here in Australia, it's a little candy, as I was saying. It's red, and inside it's got this chocolate, but it tastes like an orange
chocolate.
Precisely.
So it's like a red casing on the outside, and it's like a bit like crunchy, almost like the same texture as an M&M on the outside, literally like an M&M, but on the end, because it's chocolate on the inside, but it's just an orange chocolate, and they're just all perfectly round red balls. So that's... Can't say balls on a podcast.
Sorry.
Okay. No, you're fine. And I suppose why specifically we've gone with candy is obviously chick or cheating. Trick or treating. you'd get candy. I don't think anyone would really get Jaffas because they only come in like those massive packets. But I mean, if anyone did, we'd be in.
You know what? Sign me up. I would, if they came in like individual packets, I would be like, oh yeah, just all of them. Give me now.
Yes,
give me
definitely. Now. So that is why we've gone with our Jaffalicious tea. Yep.
Cheers to that.
Cheers, darling.
Oh yes.
So I suppose we'll get into the next little bit of this episode, which is pretty much why or what led us to even start a slice of tea.
Yeah.
Why we're doing a podcast as well. So, sorry. Yep. But you, Libby, you mentioned that you wanted to do radio.
Eventually, yes. What I find quite fascinating is that both you and I, funnily enough, we actually came together. We didn't talk to each other for a few years, but then we came back. We had a game of pool. Pool is great. And then one day we both kind of pitched the idea, yes, I do eventually would love to get into radio. But you were also doing YouTube at the time. You were, starting. Attempting. It's okay. It's okay. But we both had a passion for kind of either radio or
talking, entertainment.
Yeah.
Trying to be entertainment.
Trying to be. But then we kind of decided, we came on the idea of a podcast, and that's what we've been doing for the last few months. We've been trying to organise this.
Yes.
And trying to find out a name, a scenario.
What even is the podcast going to be about?
Yeah.
So I guess we kind of came together. You wanted to do radio, I wanted to do YouTube. In terms of like gaming YouTube, but to put that in together in terms of also entertainment is a podcast, which is a great idea, and that way we can really talk about the things that we enjoy and that bring us joy, and one of them is definitely tea, so that's kind of how that ties into everything.
Like an invisible tea string.
Yes.
Well, I'm sure from what you can see, our setup has been definitely in the making for a long time. So in the early days of Slice of Tea, it did not look like what it does today.
No.
A big adventure was made when we first started. We looked at countless furniture places. The amount is, the limit does not exist, to be frank with you. We pondered like Super A-Mart, we pondered, where else did we ponder? We pondered Kmart.
A lot of different places, but a lot of furniture places, as I assume most people know, are expensive whenever you're buying furniture pieces. And
furniture pieces?
Oh, is it a furniture pieces? Yeah, that's what you said, like it's a furniture piece.
Yeah?
Yeah?
Yeah? I've never really heard someone say it's a furniture piece.
Okay.
It sounds like we're going shopping for jigsaw puzzles.
Oh, okay. I see.
But do you know
anyway.
Yeah, it's true though. We are going shopping for jigsaw puzzle.
But the main place was IKEA. That's the muy bien. But before you had desks here.
Yes.
And so that was cleared, and then we had this empty space, and there was canvases on the back wall. And we decided the idea of a podcast, but where you could actually visually see us as well, like a YouTube video. But we wanted to create that visual feel.
Ambience.
I was going to say that, but because I say ambience, I sound like, an ambience.
Oh, there's me like, ambience.
That sounds like an ambulance.
Krankenwagen. For those who don't know what German is.
What did you call it?
Krankenwagen. No, that's how they say it in German.
That's what they call it.
Krankenwagen.
I mean, it's definitely cranking some beats when they come past.
No
disrespect.
The same with butterfly. Butterfly is Schmetterling. But anyway, continuing on.
Anywho. Yes. And so these are the chairs, the strand ones that we fell in love with. I've wanted one for many years. I just love the way that they look. And... they look a lot better than putting them together.
Yes.
See what I did there?
Very, very, very true. Why did it remind me of like when you're like, I've wanted one for many years. I just can imagine somebody sitting there with a scroll and they're like, when I was younger, I wanted a strandmon, and I had to venture to the city to get one. Like just somebody about to like
telling a story or a tale or
a
something.
medieval story.
Yeah.
That why can't I put my thoughts into words?
What was the first thing that we purchased? Was it this table or was it the chairs?
No, the first thing that we purchased from IKEA actually was a glass bottle, 2 glass bottles.
Oh, I see.
The table that you see here, our little coasters, and then on the bamboo placemat. Pretend that we didn't see that.
Evil chippies.
Hide it behind them.
Yes.
We purchased those, and then on our second visit to IKEA, we finally made the collective decision to get the Strandmon.
Yes. And so I currently do not have a car. I had a big boy. No, I had a big car. And the reason why I say that is because you ever like look at something at IKEA and you go and purchase it and realize, oh shit, I have a small car. You can't fit it in.
Did you ever look at someone and think, what are you thinking inside your head?
Oh my God. I thought were you going to say, have you ever felt like this? Or strange? Then I just can't.
Well, do you know, what's funny is when we purchased the Strandmon and we brought them down, I own a little hatchback. Is that what we like to call it? A hatchback sedan. I would call it a hatchback.
It's wouldn't call it a full drive.
No.
Or a big boy.
No.
Or a thick boy. Sorry. You do you.
My car is quite small. For viewers in Australia, it's not as big as it's not as small as a smart car.
It's kind of like a Toyota Camry. That probably is the closest thing I could.
How blasphemy.
Girl. Anyway.
Camry. How dare you associate my car with it?
All the viewers are triggered now. I'm just kidding.
Camry, I am triggered. I'm
just thinking of size-wise. It's not... The boot isn't massive.
No,
right? And
no.
these come in big boxes. And if anyone knows IKEA, you know that they love their flat packs.
Oh,
Nothing comes brought together.
Nothing comes close.
No, it's all in 20 million pieces. Don't get me wrong. It's a
Swedish
great
Lego.
What?
Swedish Lego?
Swedish Nani? It's a great place to buy affordable furniture pieces. But I knew when I saw these boxes, oh my gosh, though, the night before we were going to get them, because of what's been happening around the world, obviously there's been a limited supply of what can be shipped across, obviously. So a lot of places have been selling out. Even where I work, we've been selling out of stock. And so we were worried that we may not get any. It said that they had about 3 or 4. When we got there was 2 left. And that was like, muy bien. That was a sign.
Yeah.
It was just for you and me. We got there first thing.
We did.
And looking at these boxes, I knew they were not going to fit in her car. And they weren't light. I mean, they weren't like overly heavy, but they were massive boxes. And so we put them both on the trolley and we scanned them through. I think we got a couple of other bits and pieces.
We did. We did end up getting a few other things. But when we went down to the car and we were putting them into the car, we both looked at each other and we thought, how are we going to do this? And because we tried to get the boxes into the car, disclaimer on spoiler alert, they didn't fit in the car. No, and there was no way of us even possibly tying the boot down. It just nothing would even fit, not even putting like the like it wouldn't fit through the back, like through the boot, or even when you put like the chairs down, none of that would fit. And so I had my blade on me that I have for work when we cut up boxes. It's always on my keys and I always have it in my handbag. Not that I am a little shit who has a blade. And but I just looked at you and I was like, because you were going to ring somebody to ask.
That's right.
I
rang my dad, I rang my stepdad, and because they're the only people that I know that have big cars at the moment. If we had my car didn't poop itself, we would have been fine. But that's what makes it interesting and adventurous.
But it's okay because I remember just having a brainwave or light bulb, if you will. Now, bear in mind, this one's a Ravenclaw. I'm a Slytherin. Hey. I turned to you and I said, let us dismantle the boxes. By the way, I should say, no offense to you there being a Ravenclaw and I'm a Slytherin.
Yeah, like Ravenclaw, typical Slytherin person to say that. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, but yes, we literally
got them out of the boxes.
took them out of the boxes. I remember cutting up the cardboard
Yeah.
with this little blade that just like pushes up. It's literally just one of those. It's a cardboard one. It's for people
Stanley
working.
knife.
Not even that. It has a spring in it, so as soon as you let go, the blade goes straight back down. So you have to physically push it up. It's like a safety knife.
Yeah. Me saying it's a Stanley knife.
No, you're all good. And we, piece by piece, we decided to we wanted to keep them all together, so we didn't mix up which was which. We put one in the boot and the other in the two seats, so we could keep them all together. And the car was full, but people were watching us as we were trying to attempt to put in these massive awkward pieces of furniture. Sorry, my phone was going off and I was tapping it and it wouldn't go off.
Like, stop.
Yeah, legit. But yeah, as they were watching us load up our small car with these massive furniture pieces, like if you can see, if you're watching, this whole like armrest and the side bit is one piece, and on the other side is the other piece. The thing that I'm sitting on is one piece, the back bit is another piece, and the bottom is another piece, and the legs are another piece. So it was fun nonetheless. It was
an experience.
Definitely
Fun times. Yes.
So we have our setup, and we even got a rug as well. We've got our side tables that you can't see that has our laptops and our microphones. We got the microphone stands. I guess everything kind of took a few weeks as we got paid from work.
Yes.
Trying to budget and not spend all of our money in one go.
Well, do you know when you said earlier, like, oh yes, our laptops are in the background with our microphones, I just thought to myself, do you know, secretly, no, we don't actually have any tables or laptops behind us. They're all levitating. Magically.
Yeah. What?
You just were like, nani?
Yeah, what do you mean?
I mean, no, I joke about that, obviously.
Oh, because of how they're designed. Oh, okay.
Positioned.
It's like the legs are on one side and it kind of like sits off. So it does kind of look like they're levitating. Levitating. Yep.
Lavender-tating? No.
Lemon-tating.
Okay. But yes, no, continuing. Look, Slice of Tea was created we want to provide entertainment to you. We want you to be comfortable when, you know, we're just talking about our interests, our hobbies, you know, while drinking tea. So we invite you to, you know, if you're at work, if you're in the car, you know, maybe don't hop out of your car and make a tea. Don't ask a random stranger, do you want a tea in your car?
Homer Simpson did it with, it wasn't tea, but when he had all those appliances in his car. Do you remember that? Did you ever see that episode? He had like the deep fryer. He had like a microwave in his car. No, okay, don't do it. I'm just being a noob. Don't worry about it.
But don't make tea in your car. But if you're settling down for the night...
Probably the worst example I could have given. Homer Simpson did it, so you can too.
Yes. No, but if you're settling down for the night and you just want something to chill out and listen to, then, you know, you can watch the Daydream or you can watch the Night Brew, which will be coming up
Friday this week.
Thank you. I was going to say shortly, but there you go. Friday this week.
So Tuesdays and Fridays will be our days. But Fridays will be the Night Brew and Tuesdays will be the Daydream. Hence the clouds.
Very nice.
But yeah, so ideally we would love for this podcast to grow and to get more viewers and subscribers, and eventually what would be awesome is to do Q&A videos and even to start selling merch. I think would be awesome. We've even got ideas on what we want to do for that, so really looking forward to kind of creating merchandise. I've always wanted to sell my own kind of merchandise. That is really cool, and we just would love this to grow where we can, I don't know, I guess entertain people from all around the world. Yes. And honestly, doing this makes us happy, even though this is the very first episode. The whole process of this has been very
it's been really enjoyable, really fun.
We've had a couple of down moments, but for the most of it, it's been really good. And so it would be awesome if eventually this could be our full-time jobs and we could
I agree.
quit our other wonderful jobs. No, very, very grateful. But it would be nice to make a career change, and this is the career change that we would like to make, and to go from there and creating more content that we can. And
you know, if you have anything that you want to suggest or recommend to us, please do. If there is a tea that you want us to try that may be a bit different and that we haven't tried before, by all means, let us know.
Yeah, absolutely.
If there's an idea that you want to hear us talk about, let us know in the comments below. Even if you're on Spotify, let us know by, going to our YouTube page or our Instagram and just sending us a message and letting us know.
And our Instagram page is Slice of Tea Official.
Yes.
As well, if you were wondering, which you probably were not, but that's it there.
And you can keep up with us on Instagram because we will be posting certain things, possibly even spoilers for the months ahead. But, you know, I'm a bit of a spoiler head. I mean, I'm inspired by my favourite Korean pop band ever, Twice. I had to.
There it is.
Yeah, there it is. So, yeah, we might post spoilers. We'll post updates of what to expect.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, keep an eye out for it. But
definitely.
this has been so good so far. Reception has been fantastic. So thank you to everyone who has supported us along the way at the moment. So thank you very much. And to all our new viewers, welcome.
Yes, thank you. Oh my God, I love that. Me. Just add my name to the bottom of that. Definitely what she said.
No, we are a team. Shani and I, we are a team, and you know, we love to show that to all of you, and you know, that's what we hope to continue to do, and you know, make you happy, make you smile, make you laugh, and just have a nice chill time with us.
Yeah, make you feel welcomed.
That's it. That's it.
We want to create a community. That is our goal, and we want anyone and everyone to be a part of this. Yes. So please and thank you.
Because the biggest thing here is to let your inner beauties shine.
Yes, absolutely. And if anyone has never tried this Jaffalicious tea and loves Jaffas from tea, Jaffas in general, definitely would try this tea from T2 because it is pretty muy bien.
How would you describe the flavour?
It's different. Like, it's not... You can taste the Jaffa, but I wouldn't call it a Jaffa tea. So I guess that's probably why it's also called Jaffalicious. It's definitely Jaffalicious, if that makes sense. But we've added a bit of maple daple, aka maple syrup.
Daple.
Yeah. So I don't know why I call it that, but it definitely added that kind of sweet kind of taste to it. And I felt like it added to the chocolatey taste that Jaffas have, because at first I don't think you could really taste it. I love the vibrance of the colour. I think that's awesome. It's definitely got the orange flavour, but it's not what's the word? It's not overpowering with orange, and it's not overpowering with anything else. It's actually everything kind of works together. I think that's what I like about this tea. You can taste I don't mean to sound like a tea connoisseur, you know. I know everything about tea. No. No, when I say that, I mean that you can taste the orange notes. You can have the cocoa come through. Do you know what? In a sense, when you were a child, you would have had this medicine that tastes like a bit like a raspberry medicine. It's a universal medicine that a child would have. Now, I'm not saying that this tastes like it, but it's reminiscent. Tastes like medicine. No. It's reminiscent. Really? I don't think I ever had that medicine as a child, mind you. It's reminiscent, but when you get past that flavour, you can taste the orange notes, you can taste the cocoa. It's a different it's a nostalgic flavour, actually. Definitely. So if you wanted to try something new apart from like your Earl Greys and like your English breakfast, and you wanted to try something different, I think what I like about this is it's not fruity. It's definitely, and if you don't want it to be sweet, then don't add maple syrup. Yeah. Or any kind of sugar or anything like that. If you're just after a flavouristic tea, then I would go with, is that a word? Flavouristic? Yeah, it is now. Flavouristic. It's all right, don't worry. I'm just searching my word bank, oh, sorry, I nudged the microphone. You can probably see my little hourglass ticking in my head, like, hold on. But I think so. Well, I'm going to use it. So there it is. Word of the day is flavouristic, everyone. But yes, thank you for joining us today on our very first episode, our pilot episode. This is Slice of Tea, and this is also the Day Brew. And remember, I'm Shani. I'm Libby.
And
And-
always remember to let your inner beauty shine.
Absolutely. And we'll see you next episode. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Bye for now.